On today's episode of the Bolt Crew podcast, did Sunday's loss to the Jaguars bring more questions than answers? We take a look at what went wrong with the Chargers and how do they fix their problems. Also, we break down the remaining schedule, give our prediction for the Chargers' final record, and we talk about the week that was in the NFL. It all starts right now on the Bolt Crew podcast.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always win it. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Harbaugh down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bolt Crew podcast on Tuesday. Dave Palais, Josh Palais, Mario Heron is back. Talk about what's going on with the Chargers is right now, the Chargers are headed into a bye week. Here's the deal. Chargers lose by 29 a couple days ago. Still not over it. Still really disgusted of what I saw. At the same time, Mario, give you a chance to talk a little bit about what happened in this game. Appreciate everyone that's here for the chat. Of course, you guys joining us in the middle of the day always means a lot to us. I just saw Angie miss the game, so she's the smartest person in the country that she didn't have to witness what we saw. Here's the deal, all right, Mario, I'm going to ask you right now because I received criticism for it. You know, people say to me, it's amazing that you and Josh do this show, yet he's the level-headed one out of the family. Like usually it's the older person that's more level-headed. But yet it looks like I was on the verge of having a stroke, and I was extremely upset. And I saw people write to me in the messages saying, dude, you got to calm down. Like it's not worth it. And my answer back is it's 100% worth it in sports to invest everything you have when your team wins. When your team loses, it's frustrating. It's like, why get on the airplane? Why get dressed? Why prepare to coach if you don't plan on winning that game? That's why losses hurt more than winning. You expect to win, especially a team that's headed in the direction we thought the Chargers were headed in after the Steelers game. With a Charger performance that we had 2 days ago, Mario, and you didn't get a chance to comment on the post-game show, is it better that they have a bye week right now, or is it better to have a win heading into the bye week? Where's the mindset of a team, and how all in should you be as a fan?
I mean, I think it's always better to have a win going into a bye week, but when your quarterback gets lit up for the 100th time this year, your starting running back is expected to come back after the bye, and you have this big of a letdown where it's not even, hey, this was a rough game, we lost by 2. It's a rough game, and we got 30 balled. It is fire alarms sounding, sirens are going off, lockdown. This bye week should be a week of film, should be a week of we got to turn this sucker around and get ready to finish out this year strong and finish out this year and competing for the playoffs and in there. Because the team that played on Sunday, guys, was a team that was a Brandon Staley type of team. That defense was a Brandon Staley defense out there, just getting ran up and down the field. That was a team that got dominated up front to the point of the time of possession was 22:05 compared to 37:55. The Jaguars' goal was to keep Herbert off the field and to pressure the snot out of him. And they accomplished both. They looked at Jim Harbaugh and they go, we're going to do your game and we're going to punch you right in the throat with it. And they did, and it was successful. I thought it was the worst game of Harbaugh's tenure by far. I know I said that about the Giants game, but I truly believe this one is a lot worse than that. And Josh, they should be absolutely embarrassed. And the press conferences after kind of pissed me off. And shout out Charger Memes. He DM'd me this and actually thought of this question after. And I'll throw it to you. After Herbert kind of, putting the blame on himself, not really blaming other teammates, not really, throwing guys under the bus. But we kind of came to the point where it's time to kind of do that. And I ask you this, would you want Herbert to be as vocal as A.J. Brown has? Are we at that point where that's not a bad idea to do with how they've been playing and with what's at stake this year?
Do you want me to answer the question or you want Dave to answer the question?
Yeah, you can go first. I'll let Dave simmer. Let the pot boil.
There's a better chance, Mario, of hell freezing over than Justin Herbert acting 10% like A.J. Brown. It's never going to happen. You're never going to see Justin Herbert freak out. He shouldered the blame out in the press conference, like you said. He didn't have a good game. I think Justin Herbert has had a problem this season with holding onto the ball too long. Also, the offensive line is atrocious. So you pair those two things together, you get a ton of sacks, and that's exactly what happened. But he also didn't look good throwing the ball. So I understand why Justin Herbert took that stance. If I'm Justin Herbert, I'm losing my mind behind closed doors, right? I'm not going to do it out in public because I think that's a terrible thing to do as a leader of a team, is to voice your frustration in a press conference after a game where you don't play well. But if I'm Justin Herbert, I'm freaking out. I'm saying, hey, guys, we had this issue with the interior offensive line going into this season. We didn't address it. Obviously, you get Branson Taylor later in the draft, a guy that doesn't even make this team. So you had nothing through the draft to help me, and I'm getting my head knocked off each and every week. I'm freaking out if I'm Justin Herbert. Nobody could have prepared for the tackles being injured. I understand that, but you already knew you had an interior offensive line issue and you did not address it.
Man, I tell you what, to compare anything to A.J. Brown, I'm not a fan of A.J. Brown because, as I've said a million times, I love team sports, and this is the ultimate team sport. Football is the ultimate team sport. Again, it takes one guy to mess up out of the 11 to make a play fall apart. Offense, defense, whatever. One guy doesn't do his job, and all of a sudden it can equal 7 points or a sack or whatever. I don't put a wide receiver and a quarterback ever in the same category. We've seen Justin over and over again for years now where he doesn't freak out. Like one time I'd like to see him like smack his fist on the podium. One time I'd like to see him flip out. I think honestly the personality of a football team comes from the head coach and the quarterback. And you guys tell me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm watching teams that are successful, and I've watched this sport for a long time. And I just always feel that when you watch even the Patriots, even the Belichick, that the personality was of Belichick. It was a calm, do your job. I mean, the saying, just do your job kind of a deal. It worked for the Patriots. I watched the Rams who don't, they aren't called for penalties. They don't do stupid things, yet they're aggressive. They're young. There's a ton of enthusiasm for the sport they're playing. I watch them before the games. I watch them after the games and what goes on in that locker room. I see Jim show emotion after a win. After a loss, I think sometimes it deserves the same thing. And we didn't see it in the game the other day. All he said is we weren't good in all three phases. That's always seems like the go-to line for coaches right now in the NFL. We weren't good in all three phases. Well, that doesn't mean anything to me. I kind of want to know why you weren't good. I kind of want to see you flip out. You don't need to point fingers by naming names, but you could look, our offensive line stinks. And we're going to sit there and ruin a young man's career because our offensive line's terrible. At least we kind of know you're pointing fingers without pointing fingers at the guys that are trying to protect them and the guy that actually signed these guys to protect them, because those guys just straight out aren't doing their job. So it's extremely frustrating. For me, I don't know, man, what the deal with Harbaugh. I'm seeing people in the chat right now. Harbaugh's washed. We made the wrong choice. We should have signed. We should have hired Mike Vrabel. All this stuff that's gone through. I still want to believe in Jim Harbaugh. I still believe in Jim Harbaugh because I've seen his resume, and his resume is that he's a winner. But, man, the Jim Harbaugh I'm watching this year and the Jim Harbaugh that I've seen in the past, it's not the same guy. And we joke around about low T, but, dude, it looks like a guy with low T. Like, where's your energy? Get a little bit upset. Josh, am I 100% wrong? Mario, am I 100% wrong on this?
No, I mean, I agree with you. I think they're missing a fire. Like I feel like especially last week, they're missing the attitude that we thought we'd get with Harbaugh. But let's also remember, guys, like his time at Michigan, this was a process. They didn't come in kicking Ohio State's ass right away. That didn't happen. It took a little while. They got embarrassed in Michigan State with a blocked punt to lose the game. There was bumps in the road before he got to a title. I think that's what we're experiencing now. And I think the comparison, Josh, to Mike Vrabel and what he's done in year one against New England is slightly unfair because we knew this going into the season. The Pats' schedule was a freaking cakewalk. It was easy. We knew it from the start. It was going to be absolutely smooth all the way down for them. And right now you're seeing the effect of it. And if you want to scream, Vrabel over Harbaugh, okay, but just remember of who they had to play against. And I'm a Vrabel guy. I love a guy. I would love to have him. But there's a difference between what the Chargers have had to go up against and what the Pats have gone up against.
Yeah, their schedules are definitely different. The difference to me between Mike Vrabel and Jim Harbaugh's teams at this point is when the Patriots lose, they're competitive in their losses. The Chargers have had multiple losses this year where they're not even competitive. I mean, to me, that falls squarely on top of the head coach. I'm frustrated with Jim Harbaugh because, like I said, that falls on the head coach. I'm more frustrated with Joe Hortiz for the reasons I just said a second ago. I'm not going to keep repeating how bad the offensive line is, but when you trade for Austin Deculus, who's one of the worst linemen, if not the worst starting offensive lineman in the NFL, you replace him with Trevor Penning, who had the worst PFF grade of any Charger, by the way, last couple days ago. That's what you get. So my frustration is growing, rapidly with Hortiz because he keeps making decisions on the offensive line that don't make any sense to me. Jim Harbaugh gave the players 5 days off. I believe they come back on Saturday because he wants them to clear their minds. I don't know how you do this. I'm not a head coach. I know they made the guys come back on Wednesday after during their bye week, so he gave them more time off this year. I don't know. I mean, to win in the NFL, to win in the playoffs, Mario, you need to win within the trenches. Chargers are getting bullied within the trenches, and you can't win even a playoff game against the worst team if you're not going to win the trenches, and that's where the Chargers are right now.
I mean, you look at it and you're going, okay, look at the record right now. They have a winning record. They should be a playoff team. At the same time, it feels like we do a lot of it with smoke and mirrors, right? Like we made it through those 4 quarters of the wins we get. And sometimes it seems like that we're exposed. I mean, either we're exposed or we aren't playing up to what we're capable of playing. When you lose to teams that have losing records, you struggle against teams with losing records. Look, I don't care about the regular season as much because we've proven we can make the playoffs. I want to see us win in the playoffs. You got to take a step forward. That's the point of every season. Are you taking a step forward up that mountain to get to the top and hold that trophy by yourself? You got to win a goddamn playoff game. Right now, this team is not looking like a team that is a dominating playoff winning team. And I don't know if there is a team in the AFC where I sit there and I feel that way. There are times where I've given up on the Buffalo Bills and the Chiefs are 5-5 and the Broncos barely win their games every single week. But the key is that they win. I don't know how good the Broncos are. I don't know where they're at. All I know is when I see this team go and play these 10 o'clock games across the country, they're terrible. And it doesn't make any sense. And if you look at the way this playoff schedule is going to go, guess what? That first game is going to be a 10 a.m. game across the country against one of these teams like the Bills. And you're going to go, okay, well, what's the deal? Are you ready to play? How does this happen? I can't figure it out. It sounds so ridiculous that the time makes a difference on this team. But more than any other franchise, the Chargers have done this for years, way before Jim. They do this all the time. I can't figure it out. The Rams don't struggle like this. The 49ers don't struggle like this. The Seahawks don't struggle like this. I believe the Seahawks go to Tennessee this week. Okay, after a disappointing loss when everything was on the line to be in first place in their division, Seattle's going to have to fly from Seattle to Nashville and play a game at 10 a.m. in the morning. And I guarantee the Seahawks are going to beat the crap out of the Titans. But we struggled against the Titans. We lost to the Giants against a rookie quarterback playing his very first game. How does that happen? You go to Jacksonville, a team that has struggled in 3 of their last 4 games, almost lost to the Raiders.
Miami.
And yet, what?
Miami,
another one. I don't understand how it continues to happen. Again, I put that on the head coach. I don't understand how this happens. I expect more from Jim Harbaugh because we thought he was the closest thing to a real NFL coach because the Chargers have always taken shortcuts in the past. And except for Marty Schottenheimer, who they won a lot of games with, the team was ready to play. And these guys weren't ready to play when you had guys that really weren't head coaches. And I'm sorry, but the guys that were coaches before, come on, Mike McCoy's not really a head coach. He's just there filling in the rest of the year for Tennessee. None of these guys got rehired as head coaches. But Jim's a real head coach. So I don't understand what is going on. I wanted to see a little bit more frustration from Jim or hold his players accountable in public for what happened because there's no other way to explain what happened on Sunday, losing by 29 to Jacksonville.
And, you mentioned the struggles that they've had on the road. The Eastern time zone, Central time zone has just rocked them this year. If you just look at stats-wise, when they're in a different time zone, they've allowed over 25 points a game, 144.5 rushing yards, and the passing game has taken a massive, massive step back at 192 compared to when they usually allow just under 22 points a game. They average around 231.5 passing yards and only allow just under 114 rushing yards. There's these massive leaps that happen, and we see it with our eyes, guys, of, hey, why is this team sleepwalking? Why is this team not ready to go? How is this happening right now? And we haven't even played anyone that good in these spots. You mentioned it. The Giants, 2-9. Okay. At that time, they didn't have a win. They had a rookie quarterback in his first game. We should be kicking them in the nuts. Instead, they go, okay, here's one right down the gauntlet to the right nut. And you go, all right, well, that exploded. Now I can't have kids. Yeah, the Jaguars are in 6-4, coming off the most embarrassing loss of the year. Titans are 1-9 with their quarterback saying, hey, we asked. And then the Dolphins have a GM that got fired, but the owner is somehow still in love with the head coach. Like, he still has a job. And that's the competition. What happens if they do make the playoffs and they go on the road and they have to face Houston? That's in a different spot. You have to face Buffalo. That's in a different spot. I mean, they're going to get smoked. Absolutely smoked, Josh. Like, I would have no confidence in it. If it's not in LA, I got no confidence.
Yeah. I mean, head scratchers, right? Head scratching decisions. Like, somebody just put here in the chat again. I'll mention it again. There's no reason Jamar Sawyer isn't in at left tackle. He can do it. We've known he can do it. He's pretty good at it. He cannot play right guard, right? You have Mekhi Becton, who can't play right guard either, by the way, who graded out as the third worst player on the team at right guard, who gets hurt in the second quarter, Mario. I'm sure you've heard that before.
Oh.
This play right here, or it's not even a play. It's a part of the game. It's a huge talking point, and we haven't talked about it yet. So I kind of want to show you guys what I'm talking about, and just give me your thoughts on what this looks like to you. Okay.
Oh, I've seen this.
What is that, Dave? Is that a flop? I'm not sure what.
Not even a good flop.
What is he trying to flop? I'm
Yeah,
confused.
he's trying to draw a penalty. So I'm going to go back.
The craziest thing of all time.
I watched him play in college when he wore the Crimson Tide uniform, and never did that at Alabama. I blame it all on the yellow pants. It creates a vision of softness. Look, by the way, the easiest way to flop, which I'm surprised you don't see more of it, is when a quarterback is running out of bounds and he barely gets touched. I don't know why he doesn't take that big 5-yard leap into the bench and just go, that guy shoved me into the bench, and get 15 yards and a penalty. I don't know why quarterbacks don't flop all the time. It's easy to do. But they don't. The Bozeman thing is just embarrassing. You're an offensive lineman. They're supposed to be the tough guys. They're the guys when it's minus 30, don't wear sleeves, right? They're the guys that stretch and everything with their shirts off before the game, even though it's ridiculous. We all know you have the same body temperature as everybody else, but you got to act like it doesn't affect you. You're in Jacksonville. You're in Florida on a Sunday, early afternoon, and you're flopping. Come on, dude. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing.
All right, are we going to keep talking about the Jaguars? Or are we going to talk about something else? What do you guys?
We can talk about something else. So I want to move to this right here because let's just stay on what we see coming as far as the team goes. So they have a bye week, obviously, this week. Probably a good time for a bye week. I hate losing and then having to sit there and think about this game for 2 weeks, but this is what they kind of did to us. So that's it. But when you look at this team and what they have remaining, how confident do you guys feel in the remaining schedule for the Chargers? So they come back against the Raiders. Thank goodness it's the Raiders. Raiders only have 2 wins. Eagles are 8-2. Chiefs 5-5. Cowboys 3-5-1. Texans 5-5. Broncos 8-2. Okay, with those games remaining, what do you guys feel? Like, what do you feel about this team right now?
Go ahead, Mario.
I feel like I felt on Sunday morning like ass, like truly like ass. Raiders, their pass rush is led by Max Crosby, and their top 3 in batted passes. Our QB's like 6'4", and he still throws it in the dirt, so that's great. You have the Eagles that their front looks completely different with Phillips in the rotation, and they're going to be playing for something really big in that one. And it doesn't matter if their offense isn't going; their defense will smother you. We go at Kansas City. Well, they're in desperation mode. So desperation mode with Patrick Mahomes versus us. I'll take Patrick Mahomes 10 times out of 10 on that one. Dallas, I feel kind of good about because their defense is beyond terrible. Texans, I remember what happened last year. And are we improved from that team last year? Not currently. Not with the front that we have. And their front's pretty dangerous. CJ Stroud will probably be back by then too. And then to finish the season, we're at Denver. Well, Denver will probably need that game to win the AFC West and clinch a bye or whatever the hell they're going to need. So we're going to get their full effort. So to be honest with you, Dave, I maybe see 2 wins to finish out the year. Maybe 2 at best.
Woo. So you have them beating the Raiders. Listen to what you just said. You have them beating the Raiders and the Cowboys is what you kind of just hinted at.
Yep, that's it. Like I said, I feel like ass.
Oh my goodness. Josh, where do you see it?
I see it a little bit differently. So I feel very confident about the Raiders. Dude, they could have Jesus himself, Mario, on the defensive line. I watched that game last night. That is an awful, awful team. If I'm Ashton Genty, if I'm Brock Bowers, I'm just looking in the mirror saying, what happened to my life? What happened to me?
Dude,
That's
if you're
the whole-
Genty, you can't even put yourself in that category. He was terrible.
The offensive
Genty
line
was
was terrible on the
terrible.
Raiders.
But
Too.
You can't
He's
even
not good.
justify being a first-round pick the way you played yesterday. Dude, take the over, Mario, and sacks when the Raiders play the Chargers. Both those offensive lines are horrible.
Horrible. Also, they really did Genty a disservice with drafting him. Like, they're running back picks only good if you're ready to win now.
I agree with Mario. I don't think that pick made a lot of sense. Colton Miller is one of the best tackles in the NFL. He was out for that game. I don't feel bad for the Raiders. We'll move on from the Raiders. That's a win for me. Coming off a bye week, you should most likely beat the Raiders coming off a bye week, like 90% sure, but I don't know with this team. Then you got the Eagles. That's a massive challenge. We already know what the Eagles are. Shockingly, the Eagles are not in the top half in sacks, so that's somewhat of a positive. They do have Jalen Phillips now. It's gonna be a tough game. Then you go to Kansas City, like Mario said. Dude, I'm not completely sure, Mario, that game isn't more 50-50. Like I've been watching the Chiefs, man. There's something definitely missing with that team. If they lose this upcoming weekend against the Colts, they're kind of out of it. Or, they're really going to need to win every game remaining. Chargers can put them out of their misery. That would be awesome. I'd say that's more of like a 40-60 leaning for the Chiefs. And then Dallas, also I feel decent about that game. That defense is terrible. Quentin Williams is a beast, though. He got after the quarterback yesterday.
Yeah,
Houston, it's going to be a must-win game for the Chargers, second to last game of the year. That's a home game, though. Chargers play decent at home. And then Denver, last game of the season. I think Denver might have the division wrapped up at this point. They could be sitting guys. And if the Chargers need to win a game with Denver sitting guys, you should win, even if the game's a mile high.
All right. So, again,
Are they going to be favored in that game?
If they sit guys?
But I doubt they'll sit, though.
Dude, the Broncos aren't going to be sitting guys. They're going to be playing for the number 1 seed. They aren't even going to be. And my thing is, I don't see the Broncos worrying about the division. They got a 2-game lead right now. Broncos are going to win this division. And at the same time, the Broncos, I think, are going to be playing for seeding in the postseason. I don't think they sit. I don't think they sit guys. I love the fact the Chiefs are where the Chiefs are because the Chiefs, number 1, are showing their age. Chris Jones isn't even that good anymore. You see Chris Jones where he ranks? He's not even a top defensive lineman anymore. And then you look at Kelsey, of course, is old. They have no running game. I mean, the Chiefs, to me, by the time the Chargers play the Chiefs could be in throwing the towel mode. Will be really interesting to see what the Chiefs' plan of attack is after this season. If they don't make the postseason, does Andy Reid, call it a career? What happens? I mean, Andy Reid, I know he's chasing personal records too, but do you have time to sit there and rebuild if you're Andy Reid and you're the Chiefs? I mean, here's a crazy, crazy talk right here. If you're the Chiefs to fix your problems, could you trade your head coach?
No.
Yes, you could.
No. Why would you do that?
Because if the Chiefs don't make the playoffs this year, I don't think the Chiefs can do enough to fix their problems to get back to where they think they are, a championship-style franchise. If the Raiders could trade John Gruden, you could trade Andy Reid and start fixing your franchise a lot sooner. Andy Reid's an old man.
But
why would an old man leave? He's not going to go anywhere. You sound like Colin Coward right now. Like you brush your teeth this morning. You're like, I'm going to say this on the show today.
I did not. I just thought about it right now. If I'm the Chiefs, I look into saying, what is my commodity I could trade to start building up through draft picks? Guess what?
Absolutely not. You'll have a high enough pick from this year. If you don't make the playoffs, you'll be fine. You get whatever you want.
Do you think they're one player away, Casey?
Yeah. With
and
Mahomes,
that one player's what, a running back?
Anything.
Really?
I mean,
because
every player they
not
draft,
very good.
I mean, they rebuilt their secondary 2-3 years ago, and it led to a Super Bowl. Do you think it's also maybe because they spent the last 3 seasons playing more games than anyone else has in the NFL, and that water finds its level?
I'm sorry. Instead of working 17 weeks out of the year, you got to work 20. It's not goddamn Major League Baseball. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, that's right. It's more
open
physical.
up in Japan and finish in Toronto, and you're sitting there playing 9 months out of the year. You only asked to show up to work 17 days a year. Sorry, we asked you to show up 20. Sorry. One day we have to show up for the parade. All right, you guys do whatever you want.
He has a barbecue no trade clause. Read his contract.
Yeah.
Dude, if I'm him, I want the hell out. I'm going, guess what? They have 5X jackets in that city too. I'm out.
Why would you want out?
Why would you leave Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, why would you leave him?
And that's all you got.
Who are you
That's
gonna
all
go to?
you got.
Oh, you only
you
have one of the
go?
greatest quarterbacks ever. That's all you
That's
need.
all you
need to
have.
build around him.
Okay,
You're gonna
here
go
you
to Jackson
ready?
Dart in New York?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you right now who the trade is. You ready?
Okay.
Grab your hat. Green Bay.
For who? Jordan Love? Have you watched Jordan Love
For
this year?
2 first-round picks. 2 first-round picks.
Why would
No
they do
quarterback.
Why
Why would
not?
you
The
wanna go to Green
Buccaneers did it
Bay?
with John Gruden. Guess what? They won the Super Bowl the very next year.
that? So you want to go to the NFC North where you have to face Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell, and
I'm
O'Connell?
Andy goddamn Reid. HOF. That's why I signed my name on my checks.
NFC North is overrated though, Mario. It is overrated. It is. Come on, Mario.
But for the next 5 years, you want to face that to end your
I'm really
career.
not that scared.
Face
I mean,
what?
look at the quarterbacks in the division. I'm not that scared of it, right?
Packers are to me. I
You're
would
better
take
than the
that deal.
quarterbacks right now in the
I'd rather go
AFC
to the
West.
Packers and the Chiefs if I'm Andy Reid.
No,
For the
not
next
even
5
close.
years, I don't want to face Goff. I don't want to face Williams. Not with those coaches behind him.
You don't want to face Goff. I want to face Goff. Goff
Yeah.
doesn't do jackass.
Right now, we face Lawrence. And
Overrated as hell.
No, I don't know if
Jared
we want
Goff
to
is
face
overrated
Goff
as
right
hell.
now.
Goff does not look good.
Dude,
He doesn't,
Goff.
but
Goff's exactly
neither
what Sean
Lawrence.
McVay said he was. Exactly. Can't win the big games. James
Well, your
Franklin
take-
says I'll
your
take Goff.
take-
We fit perfectly.
Your take of Andy Reid being traded is insanity.
I'm not a Chiefs fan, so I don't give a crap. I'm just telling you, if I was a Chiefs, I don't see how you guys fix your holes. All you have is a quarterback if you don't make the postseason. You don't have anything. You don't have anything. What do the Chiefs have?
Really,
Patrick
Xavier
Mahomes.
Rhodes is pretty good.
They don't have a running game. They don't have a defensive line. Chris Jones is old. Dude, Travis Kelce should have retired 2 years ago. I don't know what to say. I'm not scared of the Chiefs. The Chiefs
I mean,
dude, are not impressive. They're 5-5.
They have a left tackle for the future. Simmons is pretty damn good. They have one of the best guards in the NFL.
Well, I'm sorry, dude. When I'm freaking 580 pounds and I'm almost 70 years old, I don't got time for this rookie left tackle to carry me to my next Super Bowl. I got to go.
Well, we don't have tackles right now. Look how that's doing us. So I'd say tackle's pretty important.
Dude, we're doing it with smoke and mirrors. Come on, dude. What are we doing here? All right. All right. Here's the deal. Well, I didn't get a chance to finish what I'm saying. Win against the Raiders. I worry about the health of Justin Herbert against the Eagles. I really do. Chiefs, I don't know right now, man. I think by the time you face the Chiefs, if the Chiefs are a 5-7 team, by the time you face them, I think the Chiefs are throwing the towel in. Cowboys, man, you guys hate that defense, but I can't tell what the Cowboys defense is. I know they replaced half their defense. They got Quinnen Williams, who's outstanding. And against the Raiders, you can't judge what the hell the Cowboys did, which I told you, bet of the week was the Cowboys. There's no way in hell the Cowboys weren't going to sit there and be dominating, playing for their teammate yesterday on national TV. I did screw up. I think I said that was a home game for the Cowboys, but it was kind of a home game with the crowd.
It was a home game for the
Yeah, I was
Cowboys.
about to say. Did you hear those roars after the touchdown?
Oh, yeah. I
Jesus
saw it.
Christ.
Yep. The Texans, I say, is a win. I'm not impressed with the Texans. And the Broncos, man, the way the Broncos play, man, when you're playing right to the very end every single time when you need that last drive. I know they're 8-2, but the Broncos aren't a dominating, scary team. I do worry about the health, though, of Justin Herbert against the Eagles and against the Broncos.
That's where I'm at. I'm with Dave 100%. Those two games, I'm like, Justin Herbert, pray to God he walks out healthy. And then you go against the Texans, too, who have the best pass rush combo in the NFL with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. That's not going to be easy either. I don't know.
Not to mention, I mean, if they lose, like if somehow they lose to the Raiders, this season's really going to go down the crapper.
Oh, my God, dude.
Oh, if the Chargers lose to the Raiders, the season is over.
Over.
Like
But-
let's make that very clear.
Positivity, though. A little positive side for you, because I know I'm negative Nancy right now. Well, Marion Hampton does come back.
I'm looking forward to that. Honestly, I'm looking forward to that. I don't know what to say, man. You can't lose to the Raiders. Pete Carroll, it's amazing. There hasn't been an announcement he's been fired today. I mean, this whole Pete Carroll thing's a disaster. Tom Brady, man, you better look at yourself. I mean, you're now a part owner of this team. You're now the guy wearing the Raider jacket, walking in, talking to here's Troy Aikman. Hey, Troy, have a good game. I'm going to be sitting in the owner's box tonight. The whole deal. I'm the guy with all these Super Bowls, the greatest NFL player of all time. You're associated with the 2-win season, buddy. And guess what? It's not just your players. Your culture is terrible. I've never seen a game where players point at each other on whose fault it is more than last night. The Raiders constantly, every time the Cowboys do anything, dude, where were you? Where were you, dude? What's going on? It's screaming at each other. It was insane. And dude, their first round pick, I'm sorry, he didn't look like he was ready to play. Bowers is the one I'm with you, Josh, on what the F did I get into? Michael Mayer, dude, I don't know what the hell happened to him, but man, he is stiff as hell.
Dude,
I don't
he
even
can't
know.
move.
He can't move.
Yeah.
He can't move. You know what Michael Mayer is? He's that guy named Etch-a-Sketch. Remember the Etch-a-Sketch that you had to sit there and how you could draw squares? You couldn't ever like kind of make a circle. That's Mayer. He just moves like there's nothing. There's no athlete in him. What the hell happened?
He kind of looks like
double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Dude, honestly, like you owe Mario and I a huge apology on this show.
I
This
don't even know what
entire
you're about to say,
offseason,
but
hold on a
you're
second.
100% right.
Yes, thank you.
What'd
This
I
whole
do?
offseason, Mario and I told you the Raiders aren't going to be good, and you said Tom Brady, Tom Brady, Tom Brady. I said Tom Brady's not playing.
I
And you
never
said he's
said the
gonna change
Raiders
things
weren't going to
around.
be a last place
Yeah,
team.
no,
Yeah.
you literally go, Tom Brady's going to come in, he's going to take over, they're going to be so
I
good.
didn't change the culture, but I picked them to finish last. I didn't pick the Raiders to finish first, like some people I know. Got all excited about Geno.
That's a joke. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll get that guy on camera, and then we'll talk to him.
you won't do it. You won't do it. Dude, can we go through these like NFL stories real quick? Because I think some of them are pretty good.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, Jamar Chase spits on Jalen Ramsey. He said he didn't do it, but little to Jamar Chase's knowledge, there's actually cameras all over the place at NFL games, and they caught him doing it. So, what are your thoughts on that?
You know, deny till you can't anymore. I
Dude.
respect it, to be honest.
You do? What part? The part that
I
you lied or the
respect-
part you spit on him?
The denying, I'm all about what's a good joke, and I think just denying something when you're clearly in the wrong is pretty funny. And like this is low stakes, if you will. But if you spit on someone, if you do that, you are getting ready for a fight. And I kind of agree with Jalen Ramsey said. He's like, yeah, if you spit, you know, football's out the window. Like this is now man to man. I respect that angle a lot. If you do that, you know what's coming.
So the NFL suspended him today for next week's game with no pay. Okay, for that. Couldn't agree more. At the same point, I don't even know if that was strict enough. You know, I mean, I know it's a lot of money. Man, it wasn't even a spit. It was, hey, this is going to come from my abdomen all the way through my chest onto your chest. It was disgusting. Man, I am one of those guys. I tell you right now, you want to end up dead, try spitting on me. I will kill you. Straight out. It was my number one thing to sit there and me go from 0 to 100 like that. You spit on me, it's the biggest form of disrespect you can do to another human being. You wouldn't spit on an animal, let alone spit on another human being. If I was Jalen Ramsey, dude, I'm following in your car and I'm beating the hell out of you. There's no way in hell that's ever going to happen. That was over the line. Honestly, I don't think he was punished hard enough for that. That's disgusting as far as what he did, and a complete disrespect for the sport, for another human being. I'm on Jalen Ramsey's side for this entire thing. Disappointed the referees messed it up when the play happened. For Jamar Chase to lie about it is absolutely ridiculous. And by the way, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. Straight out. Here you go. I got a quick story for you. In high school, I'm with two dudes playing basketball, two of the toughest guys in my school, bigger than me. Dude, one of them spits at me. Dude, I beat the dog crap out of both of them at the same time. Still, to this day, I can't believe I was able to beat both those guys up at the same time. That's how angry I was. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that, dude, you spit at me, it's a whole nother story. Maybe I'm over the top on that, but man, no way in hell. No way in hell.
Yeah, no, I'm with both you guys. Spitting is off the table. I think the NFL got it right, though. I think one game, no pay. That's what I would have done too. I know Dave wants more. I get it. Shadur Sanders, 4 for 16. Mario, absolutely wild way you spelled Shadur in these this write up here. Credit.
I think
to
I
you.
wrote. I think I wrote.
Oh,
Whoever
good
wrote
thing
that,
Dave wrote
credit.
it.
That is insane. Like that's
Insane.
insane spelling.
How did I spell
But
it? I don't even know.
I'll put it in the chat. No, I'm not going to out
You
you.
share the screen.
No, I'm not going to out you, but crazy. 4 for 16. There's a lot of debate going on Twitter and whatnot of how many reps should a player get if he's the backup quarterback. People do not understand. If you're not the starting quarterback, you are not getting reps, especially during the season, right? Because they need to prep the quarterback for the team they're going to play. Shadur was not great. The team around him is not great. What's your thoughts on that, Mario? Excuse me.
No QB is going to look spectacular just coming into a game where your team's losing and your team's bottom 6 in the league. You're not going to look good. Like I think Shadur got the wrong end of the stick of people jumping on too much and bust or, shouldn't be playing on NFL QB. It's like, dude, you're being thrown in a divisional game against a defense that's starting to put it together. Very hard to be successful. extremely hard. So I didn't think much of it. I will hold my criticism or hold my notes of what he is as a player when he gets a full week of practice and he starts in a game, Dave.
All right, BS. Here's the deal, man. I honestly, man, I wanted to see this guy do well. I felt bad for him when they played that draft joke on him. You know, the whole deal. I thought he handled it like a champ. He could have been a jerk about it, right? And gone after the family for the whole deal. Remember where his number got out and those kids sit there and punked him? When he took the field in the game and he did this to the crowd. Sorry. Remember that? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. He tried to fire the crowd up because he was finally going in the game. Are you out of your mind? You haven't taken an NFL snap and you're pulling the old wrestling move? Are you kidding me? What the hell was he thinking? What was he doing? And then he gets in there and he played terribly. Let's be honest. 4-16, he was horrible. He was absolutely terrible. I don't want to hear about the fact that I didn't get reps. Dude, we all saw Baker Mayfield get on an airplane, put on a Rams uniform the first time and beat the Raiders on national TV. Dude, you're a football player. You've had the playbook. What are you talking about? It's not like you're in shorts and a straitjacket doing nothing. You're working out every single day, and you're still running offense. You just aren't running it with the first team guys. Don't give me that crap. Billy Volek wasn't taking snaps when Phillip Rivers was the quarterback of the Chargers. It doesn't work that way. As Josh just said, you only have a certain amount of time. The first team guy goes. And Shadur wasn't even the second team guy for the longest time. He was the third team guy for the longest time. Don't give me that crap. You've been a quarterback your entire life. Okay. You know the playbook. The Browns stink. Nobody expected you to be great. But to use that as an excuse that everyone wants to sit there and protect him, and he's not the one using the excuse. I actually felt bad today when I found out he was robbed. Did you guys hear that story? While he was playing in that game, they broke in, stole $200,000 worth of his stuff. He got robbed. By the way, I don't know how these athletes don't have better security. At least put somebody in your goddamn house or your apartment while the game's going on just to make sure you don't get robbed. But whatever. But when he came in the game, I was off Team Shadur as soon as he did that whole thing to the crowd. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Here I am. Finally here. To put it on Kevin Stefanski, you guys are nuts.
All right, we're going to keep going through. We're going to rapid fire through these. We have tons of comments. We got to get to those. Are the Rams the best team in the NFL? Yes. I don't think there's a question. They look by far the best to me. What do you guys think?
I have a really long form question back to this. I'll save for Thursday, but it is yes for me as well.
Yes, for me as well. By the way, the Rams are one of 4 teams that put in for a uniform change for next year. If anybody cares, I'm a uniform guy.
Was it the black
clearly
unis?
you're a uniform guy.
The black unis were sick that they wore.
They were pretty sweet. You don't like them, Josh? I like the Rams.
I like the throwback blue ones, like the royal blue ones that they used to wear.
That's what I want.
Those are also sick too,
the royal blue ones. The goddamn, the bone ones Mario likes. I don't like those bone uniforms.
I don't mind. The unis that Pats wore on Thursday Night Football. Now we're talking. Those are nasty.
Which one were they wearing? Refresh me. Hold on. You gotta let me know. What were they wearing?
They were like it was like gray and blue.
Oh, that's ridiculous. It's Green Bay. There's no green in their almost cuss. There's no green in their uniform.
Well, dumbass. We're talking about the Patriots.
Oh my god.
I thought you were talking about the Packers. You just said.
No, the
Pats.
Oh,
I said Pats, right, Josh?
Packers.
Yeah,
Dude, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going back to that. By the way, the Pats uniform was sweet. I agree with Mario on that one. My neighbor across the street got one of those sent to him before they played that game, and I saw the uniform. I go, that uniform's sweet. Wait till they debut that one. That was a great uniform.
Great uniform. They should keep those. Keep that in the rotation.
Yep.
All right, Jets bench Justin Fields. I'm not surprised.
Go ahead, Mario. He's your guy. Let's hear about your boy.
Oh man, I mean, if you want to talk about a take that's just aging like milk, that's the same thing I had with Justin Fields, fellas. Not good. Not good. Yeah, officially selling my stock. Stock's out of the portfolio.
Tyrod Taylor
Looking for a refund.
Former Charger great.
Bears are in first place in the NFC North.
Craziest story of the entire NFL season. Craziest story.
I'm shocked. Mario called it.
Haven't played anybody, but still.
Gotta play the teams in your schedule. Gotta play the teams in your schedule. Let me tell you something, though. That pass rush, holy hell is it bad. I mean, they did not lay a finger on J.J. McCarthy.
Oh, you mean 9?
Oh.
Number 9?
9.
If I could say on air what my uncle was saying about number 9, it'll be funny, but we'd probably have to say see ya to everywhere we're on.
What point are you the Vikings? Do you call him in and say, look, we drafted J.J. McCarthy, not number 9. Number 9 sucks. We need J.J. McCarthy.
No, it's not. He doesn't even call himself number 9. It's just 9.
Oh, sorry.
It's just 9.
9.
So
It's
we
the
didn't
weirdest
draft
thing in the
9.
world.
Yeah.
Strangest thing ever.
9
Can't believe you
sucks.
admitted that out loud. Crazy.
I still can't believe. If I was even the reporter, I was reporting, I'm like, dude, are you sure you want this out?
Yeah, on the record, I'm 9. Okay, and then the one that's actually important for the Chargers, Lane Johnson is going to be out for likely a month or longer. He is very unlikely to play against the Chargers on Monday Night Football. So that's great news for the Chargers.
Fantastic. He's also king of like, I'm going to play through it. And then he gets hurt again. And you're like, dude, stop playing through it.
Why are you laughing, Dave?
I'm laughing at one is because we always say we don't root for injuries, but man, does that benefit us. The Eagles are a completely different team when Lane Johnson doesn't play. 35 years old, future Hall of Famer. The guy's incredibly good. It's been good his whole life. I'm very excited that he's not playing against the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not rooting for him to get injured, but if he's not going to play against the Chargers, I'm not going to complain about it.
Exactly.
I might high five somebody even, you know? All right, here we go. Ricardo Soderson, $10 says, did you guys see Bradley Bozeman's pathetic flop during the Jags game? It would have been funny if he was any good, but because he sucks ass, it was annoying and tiresome to watch. Yeah, so he wrote this comment obviously before we watched it during the show. You cannot do that if you're not playing well. It just doesn't work, right? Like LeBron can get away with it a little bit because he's one of the best players in the world. It's still annoying, but when Bradley Bozeman does it, it's like, ugh, like read the room kind of situation.
You think you'd be better at selling it, Dave? With how many times he gets laid out? It's like, dude, you already know the form.
It wasn't
really
good acting at all, right? Yeah, you're right. Nobody knows about falling on their back more than him. He couldn't even sell it. You're in Hollywood. Right. Take an acting class.
Matthew Dahl's upset. 999 says, I have something to say. Drake May and Bo Nix in their second year about to win the division and possibly win a playoff game, while our quarterback in year 6 hasn't won a playoff game. Enough is enough. So he's frustrated with Justin Herbert.
Get ready for this to be a topic all offseason if Herbert doesn't win a playoff game, with Drake May or Bo Nix having one over him. Guarantee when they do the QB rankings, Dave, that's going to be a topic of discussion for the 1,000th time.
Yeah, I mean, when you sit there and you go, let's say Bo Nix wins the division, okay? Let's say he doesn't even win a playoff game, wins the division. Is Bo Nix now rated higher than Justin Herbert in this division as quarterbacks?
Let's see what he does in the playoffs.
I mean, here's the deal.
Playoff game,
I don't think Bo Nix is better than Herbert, but at the same time, look, Justin has to deal this, right? I mean, he has to deal with everything that's going on with the criticism. That's on him. I don't care. I'm a team guy. I want to see the Chargers win. If Justin gets his feelings hurt, if he even pays attention to any of it, sorry, dude, you're the guy that can't win a playoff game. You haven't. These Charger fans love you. We love you on the show. Not throwing for 81 goddamn yards and quitting in the fourth quarter, but at the same time, we love you. But dude, you got to win. This game's about winning.
Here we go. Young West, $2 says, who are you taking right now? Sean Payton or Jim Harbaugh?
Peyton.
Right now, Peyton. Right now.
I don't want anything to do with Sean Payton. I'll never take Sean
I don't
Payton.
like him, but right now his team's better.
Yeah, I'm not taking. Yeah, his team is better. I'm not taking Sean Payton for anything. It's hard to disagree with you two guys. He has a Super Bowl win, just like I said. I sound like a hypocrite saying that. I just don't like the little jockey. I just don't like him at all.
All right. Saney. He says, question, Mario. Would you rather Chargers make the playoffs and lose in the wild card, or have Herbert 0-3 in the playoffs, or Chargers miss the playoffs this year? What do you want?
God, in this situation, I guess I'd want them to make the playoffs because I also have that thrill, that rush of like, oh, we're in the playoffs, anything can happen. And then if they lose, it's like, well, I've done this already before where I'm going to spend a whole year defending him because he hasn't won a playoff game yet. So I'd rather run that back than not be in the playoffs at all. And then we're just doing, a show about other teams reacting to the playoffs and trying to tie it back into the Chargers. So I'd rather them still make it and then lose and just you guys get playoff experience. And, that's good.
Always make the playoffs. Falling short of the playoffs is the worst thing could happen. Always make the playoffs.
Yep, 100% agree. You want to get to the playoffs. You never know what could happen. Jet Flores, $5. Says, are the Bolts the only wild card team struggling on the East Coast during early games?
I don't even know. Let me
I mean,
think
they're the
about
ones
that.
that are flying the furthest, for sure. Chargers are going to lead the NFL in miles traveled this year. There's
Yeah.
no excuse for me. I mean, there's tons of comments in the last show of, is this an excuse because they fly the most? It's like, dude, they played against the Steelers a home game. It wasn't even like they're going back to back on the road. Like they had time between flying 5 hours. It's not like they're flying to Dublin.
No,
right?
So right now, by the way, if the season ended right now, first of all, you'd say, why did the season end right now? I thought there were 17 games, but the season ended right now. The Chargers would be playing against the Patriots in New England. Broncos would have the number 1 seed. Patriots would have the number 2. Actually, you know what? We'd be playing the Colts.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah, what I'm saying, we're looking at a 10 a.m. game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not on Saturday, too, you know.
Yeah. How about
I'm
we
trying
beat
to
the
even-
Raiders first? You know,
I'm also looking at the Rams too. If they've been struggling on the East Coast, I mean, they lost at
Philadelphia.
Philly, but they
Yeah.
beat Baltimore 17-3. They at least dominated the Titans 33-19.
Yeah.
Better than what we've done. They also beat the Jags 35-7 in Jacksonville, by the way. Food for thought.
Sep Nazari, $10 says Minter is inexperienced. Jim does not call out players or his coaches. Was it a good idea to raise the white flag with 11 minutes left? Denver did not against the Giants and they won. Jim is giving the team a week off. So Minter is inexperienced in the NFL, but there's plenty of guys I think that have came and done well in their first couple years. He can do it. I think we have faith in him sometimes. Jim does not call out his players or coaches. That's not something that we know. You never know what happens when we're not looking. I mean, he's not going to call them out in the press conference if that's what you're saying. I'm not a fan of coaches calling out players in press conferences. I don't think that's a head coach type of thing to do. I mean, what do you guys think? Is that a leader to you?
No.
There's a way to do it without saying their names. You just do it by our corners got to have to play better. Our offensive line has to play better. There's a way to do it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that part. I think when you call out like Bradley Bozeman sucks. Like if you said that, that's a whole nother story. Then you lose the locker room. But when you sit there and call out, positions of whatever D line, O line, I don't think it's better. We got to do a better job in the running game, that kind of thing. I mean, dude, you're calling out your running backs and your offensive line. Dude, they sucked everywhere. I mean, the coaches did suck.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So there's a way you do it. Obviously, you're not going to directly call somebody out, but when Jim Harbaugh tells you on a press conference that I like the way that Mekhi Becton looks, or I'm just giving out names. He does this all the time with guys that are struggling. Bradley Bozeman. You're saying, hey, dude, we're watching the games too. It's not like you have some secret film that we can't see. We're watching the games. We know that guys are struggling. Just be real with us. And when you say competitors welcome, I don't even think it's true. Is Andre James like broken? Like, how is this guy not getting in the game? I just think it's a little bit confusing from Harbaugh. Death Lord, this guy always does this. 199 says, no toupee today, Mario. Josh's is fire. Thanks, man. I got a new toupee. Appreciate it.
Do they even sell toupees anymore? Are toupees even a thing?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they do it. This isn't the 70s. In the 70s, there was like a bald guy every 10 feet. Now, I think guys get like hair transplants or something because you don't see a bunch of bald guys walking around anymore.
It's all like the for him stuff that just you can't get the downstairs up, but like you got some hair on your head. By the way, the hat
you get hair transplants.
broken backboard. Check it out. One of my friends, shout out Carson Nichols, created it in Indy. It's pretty cool stuff. Buy a hat. Broken backboard. Follow him on Instagram.
Nice. All right, Cody Worth, 199 says, do we owe Lombardi an apology? No.
Nope.
No.
Jeez, that's like 3 ex-girlfriends ago. Maybe focus on like the last one before,
Jet Flores, $5 says, the Raiders game is the only upcoming game I feel safe betting on.
I'm with Jeff on that one. I don't know what.
I kind of agree.
I mean, I really hope the Raiders don't fire Pete Carroll because who knows? The next guy they actually might play really hard for. I just keep Pete Carroll as their head coach.
Can I have a hot take for you guys? I feel like they missed their chance on like a generational coach. These last 2 coaching cycles, Johnson, Harbaugh, Vrabel were all there. And they were like, we're good.
Yep.
And do you want the Giants job or would you have the Raiders job?
I'd rather have the Giants job.
Giants.
Same.
They got a quarterback. The Raiders still don't have a quarterback.
And a running back and a receiver.
Yeah.
Sep Nazari, $10 says Herbert almost died with that WWE takedown, but then Bozeman acts like that. Josh, as a former quarterback, if you see your center do that, what would you do? Do you think Herbert is giving up after all of those hits? That's a good question. What did the teammates of Bradley Bozeman say when they see that? I think it's probably going to be addressed by the coach, right? Saying like, hey guys, we don't do this right here. I don't know, Bradley. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be, but we're not going to do it. I think that's kind of how they handle it. At least that's what they would do in college, is they would point a guy out and just end it right there. Justin Herbert's not going to call him out, right? That will never happen.
It was ugly. That was the worst part of the whole game. That was terrible.
Yeah. And I don't think Herbert's giving up at all. I do think he holds on the ball a little too long sometimes, though. Isaac Harrison, $4.99 says Chargers are like a good-looking girl, like a good-looking girl's dating profile with a filter that lures you in. Then you meet the person and you're totally catfished.
God dang it, dude. He's 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Shoot. Little push-up bra on the photo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. You're 100% right. Got the nice filter on. You got the nice clothes because you got the best uniforms in the game. And then you get there and not good.
Not good. Cam Teague, $4.99 says 3 of our last 4 games are 10 a.m. Pacific time kickoffs for sure. I'm debating on selling my soul for those 3 games. Laugh out loud. Dude, do it for the team. We'll cheer you on. Sell your soul.
Yeah. It's only your soul.
Yeah. Just be a team guy. Tanner Lozier, great family friend of ours, $4.99 says scary schedules all around. Chiefs schedule is easy as F. Rest of schedule, Chiefs finish 11-6 and make the playoffs. Wild card is the Bills at 12-5, Chiefs 11-6, Chargers 10-7.
Yeah, you know what? I thought, Tanner, the schedule for the Chiefs was beneficial the whole year. I'm shocked they're 5-5. I literally didn't think the Chiefs were going to lose more than 2 games the whole year, the way the schedule was set up for them. I'm kind of curious how the Chiefs have gotten so old, right now. They just look like, man, they look like a really old team, and wonder how they're going to finish. If Tanner's right on this, that means the Chargers would face the Patriots. They'd have to face the Patriots first game in the playoffs.
Dude, what a gauntlet of AFC playoffs you would have, right? If those are the teams that get in.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Chiefs, 2 short weeks coming up, too. Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Good. F them. Ricardo, $5. He says, speaking of testosterone, Dave looks jacked in that picture from Twitter. Is Dave natty or not?
What does a natty mean?
Natural.
Oh,
Natural.
Yeah, I'm natural. 100% natural. Yeah. Why would I take anything? You guys asked me that goddamn question. Why would I take anything? I'm not a pro athlete. Why would I risk my kidneys and my heart?
To get laid?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I've been married for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
True.
All right. Amy, $1.99 says legendary Shadur will play no different with reps. So she thinks he's not good.
I'm with Amy. Amy couldn't agree more with you. And now what? What's the excuse going to be when he S's the bed this week? Right? I mean, what happens when he doesn't play well? I don't even know what to say. I just can't believe his very first game he came in the way he did. That just blew me away. I've never seen someone come into a game in any sport and say, let's hear it for the crowd. What was he thinking? He's not his dad playing corner. I mean, his dad was an outstanding player. By the way, the Browns, hell, he might have a big game this week. The Browns play the Raiders this week.
I want to see that actually. God, this one. Come on. $4.99 says Mario sees 2 wins to finish the year. Welp, that means we will win at least 4. Anytime Mario is down on the Chargers, the opposite happens. Laugh out loud.
So I'm here for Teague. Come on now.
Team guy, right? You sell your soul.
Team
Mario
guy.
picks against the Chargers. It's a good idea.
Yeah, Ken, we got to play our part. All right. This is what we do. We make sacrifices. And if you're related to Jeff Teague, that means you're from Indy. So shout out to us.
All right, Mesquitesley, I can't pronounce that. $4.99 says frustrated that Bozeman is a captain and never gets interviewed by the media. Should be required for all team captains. Hate the coddling.
Dude, they're all available. All right. For someone who used to go in that locker room after every game, everybody's available. There's nobody runs. So the way it works is the quarterback and the coach go to the podium. Everyone else is just in the locker room waiting to talk. It's easy. It's not, you can talk to any single player on that team. If the media doesn't go to them, it's shocker. The media is soft. They are, man. Not
But
surprising.
how many media members want to talk to the linemen though? Like, I feel like they never,
Dude,
unless
linemen
you're like
usually
a
are
Lane
the best.
Johnson type.
Everyone's afraid of pushing back. I don't understand. Look, man, do your job as a media member. You're in that locker room. You have a credential. You go to the people that don't play well, and you go to the people that do play well. There are two sides to every story. You can sit there and go right to any of those guys, and they will talk to you. NFL players are really approachable. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous. They're more approachable than baseball players.
All right. Next one comes from Jet Flores. Says, behind $10, behind closed doors, Jim Harbaugh ought to give a Mike Ditka welcome speech when team returns.
Mario, what does that even mean? I don't even know what that means.
I'm pretty sure this was like Ditka pretty much said, like, start playing or like get the hell out. Someone referenced that like not too long ago, actually, that I was around. And I was like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I think it was like wasn't he credited with like some speech in '85?
Dude, I don't know.
No, I remember it now. It was 83. Like, I remember, like, I was there. I remember it from a doc. It was like 83. He said something like, whatever it was in the past was in the past. In 3 years, we're winning a Super Bowl, and you can get on the train and like, get the hell off it. Paraphrasing, but it was essentially that.
Okay. I mean,
right, Austin Deculus, you're back at left tackle. Let's go, boys.
Let's go. That's how that works. I'm all for cutting at least one guy. Honestly, after the way they played, you cut one guy just to scare the hell out of the rest of the guys. I think they're honestly playing as well as they can play, meaning that offensive line. There are other guys, other positions I think could have played better than what we saw the other day. But as far as the offensive line goes, I don't think those guys are holding back. They just suck.
Yeah. Mekhi Becton, right? That's your call. That's the guy you get rid of.
That's it.
Enough is
you
enough.
Take the nameplate off the top of his locker, man. Jimmy Johnson pulled it off right before they went in the postseason. One guy fumbled in it with a huge lead, and he's like, all right, you're off the team. That was it. Scared the hell out of everybody. And then they went and won 3 Super Bowls in the next 4 years.
Death Lord 199 says, shout out to Mario and his Brokeback Mountain apparel.
It's pretty good. It's a good one, Death Lord. Not gonna lie to you. Shout out the first time I saw Brokeback Mountain, I didn't know what it was about. And yeah,
what did you think it was about before you sat down?
Well, it was for a class at DePaul. I had to watch it, and I was just like, oh, it's movie day. So it's movie day. I spent some time with some Mary Jane. Walked in there, go, can't wait for movie time. And then I was sitting there with the plot twist happened. I mean, I was jaw dropped. It was like Gone Girl Part 2. I was like, what the hell is going on? Who would have thought?
Everybody thought. We all knew what the movie was about. How do you not know what was going to happen?
I never heard of it. It never came across my attention. And when it happened, I was like literally tapping people. I'm like, did you guys see this coming?
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll never forget one of my buddies, dude. Yeah, you didn't know? I had no idea.
Yeah, you didn't know? I mean, it was a lot of talk. Yep.
All right. So AK, he's really, really upset about the GM. He says, when are we going to blame the GM? Who wants to answer this question, please? AK, I will answer this question for you. Okay. And I do it my favorite way by sharing my screen. Okay. I want you to look at something here, AK. So right here, AK, these are Joe Hortiz's 2 drafts. Shout out to Run It Back Herbo for outlining who he thinks are good players that are you can still determine, and then guys that were misses. So I kind of agree with this. To me, that looks like a lot of good players. They're not going to get rid of him, AK. He's nailing the draft 2 years in a row. Now he just needs to bring players in during the offseason. But when you draft this well, you can't get rid of your GM. You just can't do it. Too many starters on this list right here, AK, in 2 years. Shout out to Brendan Rice.
And who knows, by the way, like KLS could take a step next year and he could be a lot better. You know,
he could.
Keenan Colson
so
could finally not be injured and be good.
It's a big if.
Okay, let me ask you about KLS. Are you guys shocked that he has nothing to do with this team?
Where's he going to play?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's done anything. 1, 2 is You guys goofed on me, or the people in the chat did. Somebody goofed on me because I still remember. I told you when he struggled in preseason, I thought that was it. That was his opportunity. I mean, there's some key drops he had. We're going, can we trust this guy?
He also played well though. At
He
certain
did.
points.
He did. He played really well, and then he didn't. And I think that's why you don't see him. I don't think he's written off by the Chargers. I'm just not shocked at all. Do you expect the wide receiver room to look the same next year?
No, that's funny you say that. I was gonna follow this up when you say, "What do you think about KLS?" Dude, if he doesn't take Darius Davis's position, like I don't even know what to say. Like, what is I know you love him, Mario. What does Darius Davis bring to the team?
Nothing.
It's not punt returning. It's not receiving. The fact that we threw a fade to him, by the way, against the Jaguars is insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was not indefensible. Also, I mean, like Allen's spot, it's a 1-year deal. It's like Harris or him are going to step up. It's probably more be Harris, but more opportunities are going to come for next year.
Yep. All right, Dave Rant, what we got?
All right, here we go. I saw it today on my morning walk. I think I've said this before, but I was shocked to kind of see it. I was sitting there walking this morning, and I was actually talking Charger football with a buddy of mine who's a Charger fan, who's honestly in the process of selling every season ticket game left. He's so frustrated with what happened. He's like, all right, I was able to sell my Eagle tickets, get a ton of money for those. I'm selling my Raider tickets. I'm doing all this. Charger season ticket holders must hate it. Like, I can't imagine being a season ticket holder and then being friends with the guy who's next to me that I see every week, that all of a sudden he's not there and a guy wearing another team's gear is sitting there. I mean, that has to be extremely frustrating, right? It's one thing to sell your Charger tickets to another Charger fan, but to sell your tickets to a Raider fan, and especially his seats. I'll tell you where he sits. He sits front row, right between the goalposts and the end zone. Like, he's part of that group. They're supposed to be all rowdy and everything else. I remember standing on the sideline as a media member at the end of games and looking over at those guys and going, those guys want to win more than the players want to win. Like, those guys are nuts. Like in Cleveland, those dog pound guys, they want to win more than the guys who are actually wearing the uniform. But actually sell your tickets to somebody who's a visiting fan. Anyway, I'm walking with this guy, and I see this truck, and it's jacked up. You know, one of those trucks that you're like, dude, there's no way you're parking that in a parking structure. You can't get in. And dude, what do you think's on the back of that truck, Josh?
Truck nuts.
Truck nuts. I don't understand
God.
who came up with the idea of truck nuts. It's the most disgusting thing going. Nuts in general are kind of gross. But dude, overall, why would anybody come up with the idea of truck nuts, and why would you put them on the back of your vehicle? At what point do you say, this is really going to work out well for me? Like, I'm going to drive down the road with these things barely not scraping the cement, and someone's going to go, either that guy's a badass, or some girl's like, I got to F that guy. Whoever has those big nuts on the back of that truck, I got to make sure I'm able to make eye contact, and I'm meeting that guy in a hotel. What? Dude, the truck nuts thing is literally the worst thing of all time. There you go. That's kind of what it looked like right there. I'm sorry, dude. If you got truck nuts, man, you got major problems. And I don't know anyone that wants anything to do with you. I wouldn't literally end friendships with someone if they had truck nuts. I don't understand how that even came up. Matter of fact, I should buy like 50 sets of truck nuts and just put them on the back of random trucks. Like, nobody ever looks at the back of their car, you know what I mean? And just leave truck nuts on the back of cars of people I don't like. It's insane. I don't get the truck nuts thing. It's the grossest thing of all time. And how do you explain that to a kid, especially if you have, let's say, a 8-year-old daughter, you're taking her to school, and you got that, Dad, what's that on the back of that truck? Truck nuts. Because men are.
What's that big nuts?
Dude, what the hell's going on with truck nuts?
You know,
it's gross, dude. I'm telling. Do you have any friends that have truck nuts?
No. I have
Yeah,
a brother that
that.
was like that. Was like, oh, that would be really funny, but he never acted on it. Which thank the Lord. He also has wolves on his arm. So
He got tattoos
it kind
of
of makes
wolves?
sense for him.
Tattoos of
Yeah.
wolves?
He has wolves on his arm that are like supposed. I should talk to the mic, be professional. That are supposed to represent his family.
The wolf pack?
It's like, yeah. And I remember he got it. He's like, it represents my family, and I was like, you know what else represents your family? Their faces and their names. You just gotten that one.
Dude, all right, here
So-
you go. Here, I got to tell you this one. I don't know how this worked, but I'm walking my dog this morning, Mario, and a coyote comes out of nowhere, dude, and gets about 10 feet from me and the dog. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, damn, is this coyote gonna attack my dog? You know what I mean? So I just look at the coyote and go, hey, get the F out of here. And the coyote ran. It worked.
Really?
Coyotes are scared of humans for sure.
Yeah, but the coyote literally came around because it was thinking, am I going to make a move for attack this dog? You know, but I didn't even see it. My buddy's like, dude, watch out, stop walking. He said, I looked right over, and there's a coyote standing right there that came out of the bushes. I just screamed at him, get that out of here, and he ran.
I always, when people say that, it always like cracks me up. They're more scared of you than you are of them. I'm always like, I highly doubt it. Right now, I have piss down my leg and crap in my pants. I'm pretty horrified. You know what I mean? It's like I highly doubt it. I think they got me.
Damn, I'm laughing at the comments in here. Amy, I probably agree with you on that right there. I don't know what the hell's the deal with that.
I have something for you guys.
Yeah.
Before we go, I want to know if I was out of line. So when I drive and I do road trips, right now it's mostly from Indy to Chicago, Chicago to Indy. I always bring a great drive, right? I always bring a piss cup, so I don't have to stop, so I can just pee in the car while I'm driving.
I already hate this story.
Wait, is it a cup?
So the key is you gotta get like a body armor or a Gatorade bottle where
you gotta get
big rim.
Yeah, you gotta get Okay, I was about to say you gotta tell me
small,
you're going in a bottle.
Let me tell you something. Small rims, you're asking for problems. So it's gotta be a big rim.
Yeah.
So I always throw it away, but I forgot to throw away the last one. And so me and my buddy get in the car to drive down to Indy for this wedding. And as we drive down, he's throws a lip in. He's like, I need something to spit in. And I was like, oh, you just take this. And so he takes it.
Do you know what it was? Do you know what was in there?
Yeah. But like he just started spitting in it. And I was like sitting there. And I was like, should I tell him? I don't know if it's gonna like make him not use it because he's not like drinking out of it. So I was like, oh, by the way, that was used. That was my pee bottle last time I drove. And he was like, I'm gonna hit you in the face.
Dude,
I go, what? What's
I'd hit you in the face too. Here's the deal. His lips touched the top.
That's when I first saw him spit. I go, damn, I'm sorry.
Yeah, his lips touched the top of that bottle.
Yeah. I thought he could just, not touch it. But then
that's technically fellatio right there. Like you guys have now been together.
I don't even know what that word means. You need smaller words.
BJ. It's a BJ.
Oh. Quinn Johnson.
Yeah.
How long was that pee bottle in your car?
And how come you didn't fill it to the top? If you had a pee, didn't it fill up the whole goddamn bottle?
I poured it out.
Wait, what? Oh, it was empty, but it was. I got you. So wait a second. God dang it, dude! What is wrong with you? How can you pour it out and not throw it away?
Yeah,
because I needed it. It was on the way there. I needed one back. So I'll just pour it out, put the cap back on, save it for when I had to drive back. So I drove back when I had to pee the whole time. And it was just in there. I forgot about it.
Good God, dude.
Maybe that's on me.
Your buddy.
And
dude, if I'm that guy, I'm like I might end my friendship over that. I put my mouth on that bottle.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped them before, like it was a long time. So
a little bit of grandpa's cough syrup, like Dumb and Dumber.
Good. AK is dying for us to share his fun fact. Okay,
let's hear it.
He said, "Fun fact: my uncle lives in California. He's a Rams fan. He got me into football in 1993, and I had a choice between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chargers, and I decided Chargers, man. I cannot wear red. Sorry." So he became a fan in 1993. So let's add up our AK facts. Okay, became a fan in 1993. Moved here from Iraq, and he's 50 years old. Okay, lives in Michigan. All right, we're just piecing these together. All right, thanks, AK.
Okay.
What's the most fascinating one so far, do you guys think?
No, what's crazy is he became a fan in 93 and the 49ers beat them 2 years later in the Super Bowl.
Shoot, is AK bad luck?
Yeah, God dang it, AK. You know how many championships we could have had? I don't even know what to say. AK, man, unfortunately, he didn't get a square. Like, nobody suffered a loss worse than AK last week. He was doing so well the whole year, and then he doesn't get a square.
Yeah, I mean, he was close. He's only 481 yards short.
I forgot about that.
All right, good show. Thanks.
Oh my
good stuff.
Oh my god, dude. The comments on the side are brutal, Mario. It's not going in your favor.
Really?
All right. Yeah. There you go. You shouldn't have told the Gatorade bottle story or whatever it was. Dang it, dude. I've done that drive, by the way. I know you just saw it. I know the drive. There's only certain points in that drive you can do it. It has to be on the interstate in the middle of nowhere. You can't do it when you get into the city. You can't do it in Indianapolis or in Chicago. You're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, the key spot is when you see the what are they called? The big that goes around. Gosh,
The wind
windmills. When you see the windmills, that's how you know you're halfway.
I didn't even see
And you
the
see that
windmills.
that's
we did
pissing
that drive. It
bottles
was
off.
raining so hard we couldn't even see the road. So I don't.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can't
even know.
piss in a bottle when that's going on. But like when it's clear as day and there's no one on that road, you can go cruise control, pull the PE bottle, wide rim, fellas. You're good to go.
Gatorade should literally market that way. You know, you sell more bottles just to say, hey, it's 2 for 1. Good for going for leaving, good for going back in. Every guy knows it too, by the way. Yeah,
every guy knows.
Yeah, you got to go.
You're
Gatorade.
lying to me.
Dude,
if
honestly, got
if
a
you're
regular
guy
water
and you have
bottle.
not done it.
You're screwed.
Dude, I would never pee in a bottle while driving. I'll just get off, pee in the
Really?
bush, right? Or right? Am I the only crazy person on the show? I would never pee while driving.
You've never, Dave, have you peed while driving?
Dude, I got a horrible story with it. Like it was bad. It was. Should I just tell the story real quick? It was awful.
2 against 1, story. Josh.
This is literally my most embarrassing story of my entire life. All right. I wasn't gonna say it, but you kind of wrote me into it. I'm driving back from a Laker game, LA to San Diego. I'm in Oceanside. For people in Southern California know exactly what I'm talking about. I buy Camp Pendleton, which is the big Marine base. And dude, I gotta pee so bad. You won't believe it. Okay. And I don't have a bottle. I have a big cup from like Taco Bell, because of course I stopped off at Jamboree and went to Taco Bell on the way back. Got my big Diet Pepsi. And I gotta pee. It's 2 a.m. No one around. I'm gonna pee in this cup. Well, dude, I gotta slide the pants down to pee. And now I'm peeing, but what you don't realize is the seats aren't like a flat bench. The seats go like this and down a little bit, right? Think about your car seat. It goes down. Your butt's lower than your knees. Well, I'm going in the cup, and the cup, so instead of peeing in a big giant cup, you're really peeing in a cup that's half the size. Do you understand? Because it's starting to roll back on you. And I'm like, holy cow, dude, it's rolling back on me. And I'm trying to get my rear end higher than my knees. And I'm like, oh no. Like the pee's going to roll out. It's going to be all over the seat, all over my clothes. And dude, next thing you know, there's the red and blue, the lights, the highway patrol pulling me over, dude. And I'm like, holy yes. Now what do? I got my pants off, dude. All right, I got my pants down by my ankles. And if I reach down, it's going to look like I'm reaching for a gun because I got the big white light on me. Do you understand? So I'm like, I don't want to get shot. And the guy comes up to the window, and I'm like, holy cow. I got my shirt on, kind of covering the waist. And I'm like, this guy's going to think I was pleasuring myself in the car on the way back if he sees my pants are off. He didn't notice, but then he goes, can I see your driver's license and insurance? And dude, where do you think my wallet is? Now it's behind my left ankle. It's not like in my butt, by my butt. It's in my, now I got to reach down on the floor. And I'm like, is he going to shoot me when I reach for my driver's license? Because it looks like I'm reaching under the seat for a weapon. And I got to pull, and dude, he lets it go. Never once did he's like, this guy's driving Winnie the Pooh style with just a shirt and no pants on. And I give him my driver's license and insurance. And I got a ticket that was like $800 for that, by the way. It was a crazy ass ticket. But
he like, never addressed the pants down.
He didn't say anything. I don't think he noticed. He didn't walk over with the flashlight and put it in. But I was like, dude, as soon as I reach for this wallet that's behind my left ankle, it looks like I'm reaching under my seat for a weapon, and he didn't. He just let me hand it to him. He didn't notice, or he didn't say anything. Hey, dude, why are your pants off or down by your ankles? And that was my nightmare. It cost me $800 to take that piss. And and it was embarrassing as hell, dude. Yeah. At that time, I was doing a popular morning show. Thank God the guy didn't recognize me. That would have been embarrassing as hell, dude. Like the guy from the Dave and Jeff show sitting there driving down Highway 5 with his pants off.
Oh, I would end this show, please.
That was my most embarrassing story. I can't believe I just shared it. There you go. I got nothing else. I should probably retire right now. You guys are on your own. Just have AK film my spot. AK, you got to read the open. That's all you got to do. All right. That was fun. We'll be back on Thursday. Are we good on Thursday at 1 o'clock, Mario? Well, who was it that might have had an issue? One of you guys I thought had an issue.
I'm good.
Mario, you good for Thursday?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. All right, there we go. All right, we'll be back on Thursday. Obviously, won't be a Thursday show next week because we got Thanksgiving. We'll figure out the schedule then. Appreciate everyone joining us today. Look, like and subscribe to the show. I don't even know why you would after that last show, that last freaking 20 minutes. Goddamn disaster between Mario and me. Josh is the only normal one on this show. And that's about it. I don't even know what to say. Like and subscribe if you want to. Please leave comments on YouTube if you have something to say. And Josh and I will respond to that. Otherwise, we'll have a show for you in about 48 hours. But appreciate everyone who joined us today. So for Mario Heron, Josh Palais, I'm Dave Palais. We'll see you in a couple days.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the boat crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the boat crew, best up in the business. It's the boat crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.